Aubrey, this is kind of a departure from the normal roles that we see you in. How did you get involved with this project?
Well, I came to Annabelle, which is a paranormal thriller. I came to it because I was invited. No one's ever asked me to do that genre before. And I'm always interested in what I haven't done. We get asked to do the same thing a lot, but even in doing that, I try to always find, not always try to find, I find the difference in the characters each time. So I wanted to come and just react to that sound, react to that demon, doing those things on the spot. So it was an acting challenge, and it was great fun to flex those different muscles.
Great. So can you tell us about the character you play, a little bit about her?
So we meet our beautiful couple, our lovely couple, and she's pregnant, Mia and John, and they live, I think, on the west side of Los Angeles, and they have neighbors that they have a really wonderful relationship with. It's just the perfect setting. And one night, everything goes bad. There's an awful occurrence next door that slams right into the lives of John and Mia. But Mia's still fine with her pregnancy, but they need to move. So they go to beautiful, bucolic Pasadena. And that's just where things start to happen in bucolic and beautiful places. And so they're trying to get their bearings. She's walking the pram down the street with little Leah in it, and she passes Evelyn's alternative vintage bookstore. And that's when Evelyn, the bookstore owner, comes into their lives. That's me.
Great. Now, the fact that this is based on a true story, how do you think that adds to the film, that when people are watching it?
Well, people always say based on a true story, but whatever has come out of a writer's imagination is always true, because it is the conglomeration of all kinds of images and thoughts and people that have flash. So everything's a true story. I don't think that makes it any different.
That's a great answer. Can you talk about working with John Leonetti?
I was very excited and satisfied to work with John Leonetti because I really love his work as a cinematographer, and I knew this type of story and Annabelle, it would depend so much on the sensibilities and the eye of a really great cinematographer. And so I was very happy to work with John, and I just love him. He's like a grown-up surfer, old hippie, and I'm an old hippie, and it just like the lingo on our set. You thought you were actually in the early '70s when you hear everybody talking. It was a good time.
That's great. And did you have much interaction with James Juan?
I did occasionally. That master of the macabre, is the most sort of zen and peaceful and lovely man. I couldn't believe that was actually James when I met him. And I look, occasionally I check him out, but it's like this. It's like, what are you thinking? All of that is in that head of yours. This is just crazy. And I would ask him, I said, when you're just like laying down at night, is it like, oh, peace, or are there like spirits and people and gangsters and everybody just whacking it out in there? And he would laugh.
That's funny. And let's talk about Annabelle the doll. How was that working with that doll? Was it a little bit creepy?
You know what? Annabelle needs to go on a juice fast. That gal is heavy. She really, every time they would give me I'd have to hold it, and it was like, oh my God, this is like a big old 4-year-old. How old is this girl? And bless her heart, it was kind of creepy just because, the way, she's kind of put together. But I also felt badly for her because she's not like the prom queen. And everybody doesn't have to be a prom queen, but they made her so, it was like, I don't know, I just felt badly for Annabelle. People were creeped out by her, but I would befriend her. Yes, all of us have felt like Annabelle looks at some time.
That's so true. Do you feel? Do you?
She's our co-star. She's our star.
She's still our star. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Do you believe that this type of thing can happen? I mean, people believe sometimes they don't. I know sometimes I wonder about it, but what are your thoughts on possessed dolls or that things like this actually happen in real life?
Depends on the time of year and where I am. I go through a phase where, and it's not a particular house, anywhere, I'm doing that. And I go and look, it's not the puppy, it's like, what is that? And then I just say, whatever, it's all love. So I have not, I've had no experience with the paranormal, but all of our lives is subjective, our reality is subjective, so whoever has, that's their reality, and we can tell their stories as well, and we all like to hear each other's stories. And I think one of the things that we're attracted to when we start to talk about the paranormal is that we get bored with what we can see and touch, and we hope for things outside of what we can see and touch. Those things for me happen to be very positive, the things that we can't touch. But somebody else's reality, they might have had encounters that go the other direction. But I don't know about them.
Yeah, that was a brilliant answer. Thank you so much.